Hello everyone and welcome to today's stream. I am Mage 11 and today we are playing some Final Fantasy XIV, Shadowbringer's Side Stories, Part 6. And without further ado, let's get started. We are continuing Eden questline. Away with the fairy. Guilford has arrived in Mord bearing pertinent information. Ah, there you are. I'm part of the team helping with the highly classified and very, very secret thing. The fact of the matter is, I've come to inform you that a rather interesting development. It's about the girl who was brought back from the empty. He's finally woken up, you see. Guilford and Wolfmage too. We heard the news from Thancred. Is it true? Why yes, it most certainly is. Apparently her name is Gaia. She claims to be a free citizen of Yulmore, though she remembers nothing of the events leading up to her attack on Eden. She's lost her memory? Parts of it. At the very least, we also couldn't be sure whether she is telling the truth or if it's merely a ruse. She's yet to display any hostility, which is encouraging, I suppose. And Thancred's with her now, is he? Yes, he's taken her to Yulmore merely to verify what she's told us so far. Quiz the local, that sort of thing. After that, the plan is to come back here, though they're taking rather longer than I anticipated. I do hope nothing is amiss. Like we're going to Yulmore. Or not. Good grief, are you always this slow? At this rate, it'll be dark before we know it. The night skies returning is all well and good, but it does make each day seem awfully short. And are you still dragging your heels back there? At least act as if you got a purpose, would you? Now look here, I'm not one of your servants. Why didn't you try to carry your own luggage for a change? And good, you're back. You lot are a sight for sore eyes. Yes, even you, Arianje. Gaia and I have just finished shipping her personal effects from Yulmore. I'm glad we could finally meet properly, I mean. So, did you learn anything of use? Other than where she lives, not an awful lot. Her supposed neighbors barely knew the first thing about her. Hell, she barely knows the first thing about herself. Her recollection of her life in Yulmore is patchy at best. But she seems convinced that she'll regain her memories if she accompanies us, and so she's invited herself to join our merry band. And for her first act, she ordered me to carry her luggage. If you insist on standing around talking, I might suggest finding a place to sit down first. My feet are killing me. Perhaps you should have chosen more suitable footwear. Still, it's not such a bad idea, shall we? Well, Gaia is interesting. Amnesia. 'Tis troubling, though not entirely unexpected. I've got so many things I want to ask, but I probably shouldn't bombard her with questions. Well, I've given you my early impressions of Gaia, but I would be interested in hearing your opinion. Go on, talk to her and see what you make of her situation. So you don't remember anything at all? Not attacking us? Not falling unconscious? Such selective amnesia would rightly arouse suspicion not when those of a cautious mind. Yet if she doth speak the truth, it would lend credence to my current hypothesis, though admittedly some further. Not now, Ariane. She only just woke up. We don't want to bore her back to sleep. In any case, I prefer to follow my instinct, and they're telling me that Gaia means us no harm. After much deliberation, I thought it only right to let her know about our work in the empty, as a sign of goodwill. After all, trust works both ways. So, I would ask you, Wolf Mage, not to let your guard down just yet. So you're the one I'm supposed to have fought? Come to think of it, I recognize you from somewhere. So you should, considering you tried to kill me. Well, if Thancred's version of events is anything to go by, you weren't exactly holding back yourself. Still, it seems I didn't give you much of a choice but to defend yourself, so let's call it even. Not that I have any recollection of it. It's like remembering fragments of a dream, only to realize those things actually happened. It's as though my whole life has been leading up to this. Thou speakest as though thou didst expect these events. I guess you could say that. It's what the fairy tells me. I can see it, but it's as though there's someone else inside me, and I can hear it voice in my head. It whispers to me and lets me use its power, magic, I suppose you could call it, and what I know, and now, and not that I know much about that sort of thing. And this power alloweth thee to tear open the fabric betwixt realities, that thou mayest call forth the aether starved denizens of what remaineth of the 13th. What? What's that supposed to mean? Was that supposed to mean something, or are you just spouting random words at me? Honestly, I don't know to how you'll put up with this. I've only just met him, and his inseparable prattle is already giving me a headache. Besides, I still can't believe I'm having this conversation, and to think I was flying about in a suit of armor, waving a sword. That doesn't sound like me at all. What else inside you? Like Memphilia was inside me. Aye, the similarities can't be ignored, though it is too early to say with any certainty. Gaia may well be the Oracle of Darkness. Oracle of Darkness? What does that mean? This mean? It seems that you may have been right when you said she has something in common without Emmett Silk. Those who have been used as a living host to an Ascian have no recollection of events that occurred during their possession. This I know from personal experience. But Gaia seems to have some memories still, even if they're a little hazy. Moreover, she has remained in control of herself even when she heard the voice within, much like you and Memphilia. And though Reen was very much her own person, Memphilia's presence did exert a change upon her outward appearance, granting her hair and eyes a hue akin to that of our parted friend. It is therefore not unthinkable that Gaia's raven locks may be a manifestation of darkness which of the darkness which hath come to reside within her. But I was born like this, and my parents, they both had black hair too. Or at least I think they did. It's been so long since I saw them, I can't remember I remember too well. But enough about me. You are Memphilia, aren't you? The Oracle of Light who they were host to and you who they were host to and more? That's right, though impressing imprisoning is a better word. They kept me locked away, and I don't know much about Yulmore and its people, or the rest of the world for that matter. I see, and how exactly did the Oracle of Light come to run with the Warriors of Darkness? First started when and she's telling story time. Yes, still remember the day everyone went raving mad and Volturi fled. Everything after that is still a blur, though. From what Gaia told me, she wasn't part of the mob that attacked us, but how was she able to resist Volturi's control? Perhaps it was the intervention of this fairy of whom she speaks. Hmm. As curious as that may be, we still don't know why she appeared out of nowhere as soon as Eden took flight. This is just a guess, but I'd say that the fairy reacted to it in some way, but for whatever reason made me go after, and for whatever reason made me go after it. Yes, that seems like the likeliest explanation. I don't know. I don't know about you, love, but I've had enough of nattering. I'm going back to Eden. But why? Fairy wanted something from Eden, and knowing what that is will bring me a step closer to discovering exactly what has been living in my head all these years. Besides, my memories aren't going to restore themselves, and certainly not through idle chit-chat. So I'm going, and that's that. Hey, wait. Insufferable, utterly insufferable, and yet we can't, well, leave her to her own devices. Come on. Well, Gaia is a character. Before we talk directly, we can't have gone far, especially not in those heels. Get away from me. Ah! Gaia. Seems I have no choice. What am I? Well, Dark Time Bomb. Holy fuck. I want that spell. I want that spell in one of my classes. I'm not entirely sure what I just witnessed, but I'm glad she's unharmed. Power befitting the Oracle of Darkness. When you fought Gaia, she opened void gates. Yes, but in the source, portals such as those were all too common. But tearing open the veil between the first and the 13th is a different matter entirely. We should be thankful that she's not of a mind to turn that power against us for now. A most fascinating application of ethereal manipulation. The destructive blast did manifest a significant span of time after the initial cast. With sufficient mastery of such a technique, a second spell could be made to smile the target at precisely the same time or same moment. While it would demand exceptional ethereal control, its technical proper potential could not be denied. What are you all gawping at? I don't mean to stare, but it's not every day I see magic like that, and this is the power of the Fae you speak of? Ever since I was a child, it has whispered to me, tells me what to do. That's how I came to use its power. But there are things I can't even explain. Holes ripping in thin air, terrifying creatures crawling out, ghastly looking blades and armor appearing out of nowhere. But worst of all, it's the dark energy that comes from it inside. This power, it feels as though it only flows through me, and never truly mine. And even when it answers my call, it always takes a few moments for the spell to work. So in summary, you don't have control over the magic. Well, it's not as if I haven't tried. It's not as if I've ever tried to. I haven't made a habit of fighting wild beasts. Unfortunately, it's part of the part and parcel for traveling through Amarang. And while I understand that you want answers, you're going to have to find them. You're not going to find them unprepared as you are. But if your heart is set on this, then we'll help you. I mean, think about what you're saying. You're seriously considering taking Gaia to Eden. No telling what might happen if she loses. So the safest option is for her to stay away until our work is done. Somewhere we can keep an eye on her. You must realize it's for her own good. I must concur with Thancred's assessment. At present, we know precious little of Gaia's origin and less still of her power. She is indeed the Oracle of Darkness. Her presence may complicate a task already fraught with peril, placing our mission and her own well-being in jeopardy. In full knowledge of the risks, dost thou wish to pursue this I do. It wasn't long ago that I was living in isolation, being held against my will. Mayhap people keep Mayhap the people keeping an eye on me thought that was for my own good too. But if we shut Gaia away for our own convenience, we're no better than Voltri and Ranjit. I've learned that when someone is in need, we must reach out a helping hand, not push them away. Now it's my turn to do for Gaia what you've all done for me. Even knowing the danger that lies ahead, I won't choose the easy way out. This is the path chosen. Is that good enough for you? Well, can't say fairer than that. Well, can't say fairer than that. What about you, Ariane? The light of thy spirit does burn bright. My apologies, my dear, but we felt it necessary to test thy resolve. Let it surface it to let it suffice it to say that thou hast left no room for doubt. For what it's worth, Rain, I never doubted you. But make no mistake, the danger that Oriante and I spoke of is all too real. If you're prepared to go through with this, we'll be right there beside you. That means a lot to me, thank you. I can't care less who I travel with, but if we're going to go, then let's get going already. There's supposed to be some sort of craft waiting at the southern watchtower, yes? Come along then, don't fall behind. And I think I'm going to step away to grab a glass of water, and I'll be right back. Because my throat is dry from reading all that. I'm going to have to read more. Okay, at least to my room. Let me get back in the chair. Okay. Let's go ahead and take flight on the wolf. Torgol. I mean, giving a Time Mage as a class and giving them the ability Gaia just used to defeat that monster as Time Bomb, a dark aspected ability called Time Bomb, that would be cool. Always give the doggo pet. course, I'm worried about what may happen to Gaia when Gaia gets close to Eden. We'll keep a close eye on her, make sure she's alright. Though our circumstances have changed, our mission most certainly has not. Restoring life to the empty remaineth our primary objective. Why can't you leave? Why couldn't you leave this craft in Marsu instead of all the way out here? Actually, don't bother explaining. Whatever the reason is, I'm sure it's something frightfully uninteresting. Let's see about it, shall we? It might be a bit of a tight squeeze with the five of us, but we'll manage. Perhaps Suryanji can sit on top of our luggage. As usual, keep our sojourns here as brisk as possible and tend to business quickly. I had hoped that during our absence, the rebalancing of ambient ether might work further change. Alas, was not to be. Everything seems to be fine here, as far as I can tell. As for Gaia, she hasn't started attacking anything yet, so I'll take that as a good sign. So there it is. Eden, where I'll find the answers I seek. The bringer of the flood, the first sin eater. Would it lead to my past or my future? What awaits on the path ahead? I can't say, but I had no choice but to take the first steps. Do they have anything else to say? No. As usual, we should keep, that's the same thing. Same thing. Blood and thunder. Gaia is lost in thought as she gazes towards the silent giant on the horizon. I know it's like it was the same for me, but I was lucky because Thancred freed me from Yulmore. I had a chance to see the world. More importantly, though, I met all kinds of people, and they taught me not to live in another shadow, to be myself. Maybe one day you'll have a chance to too. Said your piece, have you? One day? What's that supposed to mean? I don't know how the Great Order of Work of Light sees such things. But for someone like me, who already knows life in Yulor, there is no tomorrow. There is no future. There is only here and now. And while we waste time on these meaningless conversations, I feel each moment of my life slipping away. Time won't wait, not for me, not for anyone. I don't know how much longer I can hold on to who I am. Sorry, Gaia? That's probably not even my real name. Isn't? When Thinker asked me my name, I couldn't remember. Then, that's when the fairy whispered to me, Gaia. But if you grew up and surely someone there must know who you are. Everyone I once knew had either disappeared or had turned into sin eaters. Those whose faces and names I still remembered. That is, in the end, we found not a single person so much as recognized me. As far as I can recall, I have never been the most sociable person, but still. Well, even if it's not your real name, I think Gaia sounds lovely. If you're happy with it, then that's what I'll call you. If you're willing, instead of Oracle of Light, call me Rain. It's not the name I was born with, but that's long forgotten now. But the the people whom I consider my family gave me. That's so. Well, as much as I'd love to keep up this chatting, there's something that's bothering me. I thought the fairy would have reacted to Eden in some way, but so far, nothing whatsoever. From what I gather, it wasn't until Eden started moving that I appeared out of the blue. Perhaps if you were to actually fly somewhere, the fairy might break its silence. If you've got an element to restore or whatever it was, why don't you hurry up and get over with? At once, your ladyship. It may be best to resign ourselves to her mannerisms. A good thing we're not wholly unfamiliar with attending to nobility, given certain company in the Scions. Of whomever dost thou speak, I wonder? Alright, everyone. I think we've talked for long enough. If you're ready, let's make our way to Eden. Looks like we're going to be entering the lightning zone. Ramu. Fighting Ramu, given the name of the quest. Blood and Thunder. Oh! What the fuck? Green's little chat with Gaia reminded me that for all of our obvious differences, there are things we have in common. I too grew up not knowing who my parents were. The day Louis gave me my surname, Winters, was one I'll never forget. Years later, it was under rather more desperate circumstances that I gave a certain young girl the name Nymphilia. Little did I know then that it would end up crossing time and space, taking on a meaning I could never have foreseen. It came to be passed on to one girl after another, finding them to a fate not their own. In a sense, it may be said that I chose not only one, but two names for Rain, but by whatever name she is called, she is truly her own person. And as central to our lives as names are, I believe that it isn't the name itself, but the bond it symbolizes that matters most. My memories, I think they're slowly coming back to me. My mother and father would constantly blather about how the flood of light could return to end the world when we least expected, and that we should live each day as though it were our last. They would often say, "I wish this moment would last forever." That was until they were selected for ascension by Lord Voltri, and were never to be seen again. Since I had no other relatives, or even chose any close friends to speak of, I was left alone in the world. A task like that hardly worth remembering, does it? I've done some reading about the lands swallowed by the flood, and it's no easy task to find locations with a dormant element. I'm glad we have Arianje to point us in the right direction. Oh, hello, Aji. Aji. One moment. Very good. Hold on.
There's a dragon in my wagon, and I don't mean to be bragging about the best tail wagon dragon in a wagon you could meet.
I had to play that for Aji. Okay. Following the initial changes brought by the release of water and earth, the empty have displayed no further signs of alteration. Subtly, some may call this to be satisfied, but in truth it is passive. Satisfied, but in truth it is passivity, a previously stemming a passivity stemming from the light's ever-prevalent presence. If we are to break the status quo, we must needs empty a crystal catalyst and a third element that shall rouse it and stabilize those unleashed energies in activity. Therefore, I propose lightning. So, the primal would be removed, yes? From what I've heard, he is a guardian of the forest and not particularly keen on conflict. But you've actually fought him, haven't you? He's half man, half beard, and another half for good measure. I spent most of the time chasing after orbs with varying degrees of success. Ah yes, Thancred mentioned that he more closely resembled a person than a beast, unlike most other primals. And apparently he tends to not to move about. I'm glad you see our lessons have paid off. Well, it's like you keep saying, if we want to call forth an accurate representation of the primal, I should picture it in my mind as clearly as possible. And at the very least, it's worth a try, but the rest is up to you, Mage. Oh, that's okay, Achi. You have a nice lure. In order for this to work, we need to actually fly somewhere, yes? So rather than sitting in one spot while you exchange anecdotes, why not don't you get this beast flying? Blasted thing moving first. One must admit the suggestion is not without merit. Green, might I suggest the Gandalf Thunderplains as the Gandalf Thunderplains as our next location? These plains is rich were potentially blinked out. I can't read that word. Blanketed in storm clouds, and the only source of illumination, the ceaseless barrage of lightning. The ambient aether that lingereth there shall provide ideal conditions for the summoning. Then that's where we're headed. Come on, Eden. We've got a job to do. This should be a good spot as any. Alright, Wolf Mage, whenever you're ready. Memories of Ramu come flash into your mind. Eden verse. Fulmination? Fulmination. Can I do this as a tank? Yes, I can. How long is the wait as a tank? 5 minutes, okay. we are going to go to the camp. And then we're going to go over and play some Triple Triad while we wait. In Ul'dah. We're going to turn in our current quest for our miner guild. And chunks of copper. There we go. Oh, our gunbreaker needs to be readied.
There's no turning back. Get ready!
I'm for a jam. Pair of 11.
So, this is Ramu.
Let's do this. Oh fuck! Fuck me! Touch me! Come on. Come on. Nice, okay. Okay. Yeah. That so that thing was created based on your memories. Maybe there's a way we can use Eden to summon the fairy like that. I had my eye on Gaia the entire time you were fighting Ramu, and based on the sort of reaction you might expect from someone watching you take on a half-man, half-flying horse thunder god, I didn't notice anything out of the ordinary. The fact that Eden itself also showed no signs of being affected by her presence can only be a good thing, but I I'd understand if Gaia herself were more than a little disappointed that she is no closer to the answer she's. Once again, 'twas the most superlative display of thy persistence. Now I could not fail but notice that body, that body did belong to Ixion. That body did belong to Ixion, fabled equine embodiment of lightning. Host, hast thou perchance encountered the beast? I thought I was prepared to expect anything, but I didn't expect Ramu to turn out quite like that. Appearances aside, he was quite aggressive as well. The sylph's belief in him as a kindly guardian clearly makes a difference to his temperament. Anyway, I'm just glad it's over. Let's get back to the camp and see if anything changed. And we're gonna take some quick tongue. The crystal's a different color, but apart from that, it all looks the same. It may look the same eye, but it feels different. The air has grown slightly more humid, and it does more before, and it does before, and it does buffer before rain. I have to say, I'm not exactly prepared for wet weather. If Eden can control elements and so on, can't you tell it to send those clouds somewhere else? Speaking of which, I'm not very impressed with its so-called powers if changing yellow crystals to purple is the extent of abilities. It's no surprise the fairy didn't bother showing up. I hope that whatever's next are worthwhile. Rather than it flaunting the ground, fluencing the ground beneath our feet, Eden hath brought change to the firmament above. And yet 'tis clear that a more dramatic element is required for the natural cycle of precipitation to envelop invite to be complete. I cannot read. We need movement. And would wind do the trick? Well, certainly. It seems that we have a plan. Let's not dwell too much on the effect of each individual element and instead focus on seeing them all restored. The power of an oracle, not to be at, it seems. All my life, you were a constant companion, your voice ever seeping my mind. Why then, of all times, do you abandon me? Death even to the crashing of thunder, or were you simply being biding your time? I'm not sure what I was expecting to see after restoring the lightning element, but I did feel a little disheartened. Still, as Thinkred and Ariandre say, there are changes taking place, even if they're not immediately obvious. As much as I bemoan Ariandre's long-winded explanations, we'd be lost without him to take care of all the ethereal science and whatnot. Obviously, I'm quite sparing with my praise, as I wouldn't want it to go to his head. One plan fails to achieve the desired effect, so you move on to the next with minimal brooding and prattling. It seems we're finally learning. Into the firestorm. Ariandre's knitting brow almost certainly spells trouble, namely freeze. Here we set out once more. Might I ask, thou art familiar with the process by which rain is made to fall? I suppose so. Then thou can't have difficulty understanding that the explanation to come. When the restoration of our first element to the empty was once more blessed with the most essential ingredient in the cycle of precipitation, water. Under normal circumstances, the heat existent in the atmosphere would cause water to evaporate from the land surface. As invisible vapor, it is borne into the wind high into the firmament, where it doth condense as clouds, therefore descending once more, returning to the land in the form of rain. It seems we need wind aspected ether to create more clouds. That it isn't rain yet must mean there is enough. And even before that, we need fire aspected ether to make the water evaporate. It seems to me that one is not much good without the other. Why don't you just draw both elements out together? You're suggesting that Wolfmage fight two demi-form entities, each one as deadly as Ramu. At the same time, do you realize how absurd that is? And yet 'tis a notion that doth warrant further consideration. Oh, you can't be serious. Cast your mind, if you will, to the elemental wheel. I did show you in the bookman's sleeve. Wind giveth rise to lightning, whose sparks doth produce fire. Restoring both wind and fire in tandem, we may maintain balance between those dynamic elemental forces. The ensuing battle shall indubitably present an ordeal unlike any wolf mage has ever faced. I believe, however, that this plan does lead to the prize we seek. Oh, so perhaps it's not so absurd after all, you think, Rid? I wouldn't dream of questioning Arianje's grasp of the science behind it. My concern is for the burden this would place not only on Wolfmage, but Reen as well. So what do you both make of the plan? Arianje thinks it'll work. I'm willing to give it a try. As long as you know what you're getting, what you're letting yourselves in for, you're going to need all the your strength. So see that you get plenty of rest. Aya? I've selected a location in which wind and fire aspect either lie dormant, though I shall wait until Reen has completed her preparations ere I dispense with the particulars. I'd rather Reen keep her mind on work here than worry about Gaia. Mind you, it might be better for them to clear the air before going any further. Can't stand all this waiting around. Having grown up in you, I'm used to only living for the moment. We never had a reason to concern ourselves with later, tomorrow, and the future, and so on. Those things simply didn't matter. But after Lord Voldry disappeared and the night returned, everyone in Yulmore started thinking differently. I was only there for a short time with Thancred, and I can't believe how much it had changed. It was almost as though, under Lord Voldry's rule, time had stopped moving altogether, and when it ended, life went back to how it was supposed to have been. They realized that they had their whole lives ahead of them. Make plans and look forward to a new day. It feels like I'm the only one who can't move on, as if I'm still stuck in the past. What's worse, I can barely remember any of it. Even so, I can't stand the way they act as if the past ever happened, choosing to forget it all. It seems Reen is reluctant to air her concerns. Were you to rally her spirits, you may become more willing to talk. Yes, you're right. There's no use trying to pilot Eden while I've got other things on my mind. About Gaia, you see. Truth is that apart from Alize and Alphino, I hardly know anyone my own age. I thought that I should make an effort to be nice to Gaia, but well, seeing how she is around me, I understand that she's got her own problems to deal with, but I thought that maybe I could help her in some way. It's not my place to intrude, but I should probably just leave her, and I should probably just leave her be until we've finished destroying the elements. After all, that's more important, isn't it? Let me talk to Gaia while you concentrate on the task at hand. This is what I would have said once upon a time. It seems to me that you're the one best qualified to take care of this little problem. I know she can be a bit prickly, to put it mildly, but if anyone can get through to her, you. Although we've her for a while, we're all she's got, and I think she realizes that. Just let her know she's not alone, and she'll come round eventually. Alright, I'll give it a try. Do you have any advice? Ariadne can talk the tails, hide legs off of behemoths. Why not ask him? Sacred certainly has his gift, or Gab. He'll know what to say. I'm afraid that once arriving in the first, I've had little time to mingle with any of the locals, and I haven't a clue on what young women like Gaia would be interested in. That gives me an idea. I'll start with some small talk and go from there. Actually, before she even woke up, I'd been asking Lena about what's popular in the Crystarium. I thought it might be nice to show Gaia around the place one day. So that's what you were doing. I suppose it makes for a nice change of pace from all the studying. And I must commend thee on thy choice of confidant. Captain's powers of observation maketh her a veritable font of wisdom concerning the behaviors of the Crystarium citizens. Yes, and now it's time to put the knowledge to good use. Don't let the fear of rejection hold you back. Persistence is the key. Speaking from experience, by any chance? What server do you mean? Lessons learned from days spent in pursuit of ladies fair, one might suspect. You can't help yourself, can you? That's alright, Ingrid. Your secret's safe with me. Ahem. I may remind you the reason we're here is to concentrate a better future for everyone in the first, which includes you, Gaia. While it might not be the same scale as bringing life back to the empty, if you're able to prevent her, that will be another way to contributing to a brighter tomorrow. Go on, she's waiting for you. Alright, wish me luck. Green is ready to approach the decidedly unapproachable Gaia. You had best observe the conversation from within earshot. Destination. Frickin' squats. What do you want? Nothing really. For all we know, there might not even be a later. You've got something to say. Hurry up and spit it out. Everything alright? Not feeling strange from being around Eden. Is that what you came to talk about? Actually, I wanted to ask you. Would you like to go and have coffee and biscuits with me? What? Coffee and biscuits. They serve them at the second serving in the Crystarian. Everyone talks about them, so I thought that maybe once we finished our work here, you and I could go there together. Let me get this straight. You've come to talk to me about biscuits. Yes, they're light and crispy, and you dip them in the coffee, they fall nice and squishy. The only reason you're even interested in the first place is because everyone else is. You think of for yourself. I do what I want when I want. After all, the world could end and not going to happen. Not if I have anything to do with it. Listen, Gaia, I understand what you're going through, believe me, I do. But you must hope. A new day will come, then another, then another. Life's not so bad if you give it a chance, you'll see. Shut up. You think you know me? Even if I don't know who I am. Till I find the truth, I'll never be free. Then we'll find it together. I've seen enough pain, enough loss. I don't want to see any more. And you, that includes you, guy. You care so much about other people. What have they ever done for you? I'm sure you haven't forgotten how the Umorans treated you, the precious oracle of light, like a bird in a cage. Yet you act as if none of that ever happened. So forgiving, so selfless. When your family brought back the sky, and you finally had a chance to lead a normal life, but instead you are flying around in a giant sin eater, trying to turn a barren wasteland into some sort of paradise. For what? I may not remember much of my past, but I'm fairly certain I've never heard of anything so ridiculous. Out of out of morbid curiosity, I'll see to I'll see it through to the end. And if you think that makes us friends, you're very much mistaken. Gaia. I surmise that to keep Gaia waiting over long will only agitate her further. Okay, heading to the crystal. Taking a quick drink because it. Hydrate before I hydrate. Let's see. Gaia? Thank you as well. Look, I've had enough of small talk to last me a lifetime, so don't even bother. I believe you have a job to do, yes? Then be quick about it. Green's looking a bit down in the Boldrum, but you let me worry about that. We can't allow anything to interfere with whatever goes in your mind when summoning those primals. I think we've both rested for long enough. Let's get started, shall we? I hope it all goes according to plan. To defeat the demi-fiends, form manifestations of both wind and fire, they'll require every lost out of thy strength, that thou hast triumphed over such beings in previous encounters should be at the forefront of thy mind as we commence the summoning. Where are we going this time, Ariane? The place called Asheville to satisfy our requirements. I believe the fables speak of travelers sweltering beneath the blazing heat in mid-day sun, while after nightfall, slicing winds would tear at their cloaks. I see. Hopefully it won't be quite that bad when we draw out the elements. Bean, my dear, may I remind thee that to focus is not the same as to deny other thoughts. Whatsoever it is that troubleth thee, thou wouldst be better for acknowledging it. Yes, you're right, of course. It's Gaia that I'm worried about. As well, may thy concern for her lead thee to yet more strength. It's time. I'll begin drawing out the wind and fire in equal measure. Mage will only get one chance at this, so let's make it count. Memories of Garuda and Ifrit's rage through your mind. Eden verse. Horror. Hoover? Okay, we're gonna see if we can do this as a DPS because I'm not good at this night. And we cannot. That's 29-minute wait. That's 5-minute wait. Yeah. Have enough to go to Yulmore and get some equipment. Get some equipment from Yulmore.
Oh, well?
Tombstone exchange. That's all we can get. And we are going to head to Ul'dah. To the Adventurers Guild. There we go. Guess we can play some Triple Triad until we do the kind of prop. Okay, so that goes there. Yeah, blue wins. Playing Triple Triad until the Duty Fighter pops. Oh fuck. That's not good. But that's not good either. Oh, okay. He actually managed to draw me. Okay. Duty Finder popped in the middle of a Triple Triad match.
It worked! Both wind and fire have answered the call! Green, are you alright?
Let's do this. Starting with the Garuda. that difference going across? Yep. Very different. Oh, 3 different. Nice. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I got to do that. Okay.
This goes out to all the homies whose butt cheeks are sore from sitting that fat stack down all night. Get up and stretch that ass. But not in the prison sense. My boy Frankie B didn't recover from that shiz. Stretch those leggies.
Okay, I stretch. Okay, I've stretched. I've stretched my leggies. For a moment, I thought Reen had lost control of the ether. Luckily, we managed to avoid any major disasters, from what I can tell. Combining the contrasting powers of different primals, that seems an awful lot like the ultimate. In any case, I'm pleased to see that you were as successful as you were at the Praetorium. That two such ferocious beings would meld into a single entity is frightful indeed. Further research must needs be performed to fully comprehend this unexpected phenomenon. That was incredible. I never imagined they would fuse together like that. But you took them down all the same. I suppose that the main thing is that we are now two elements closer to restoring the Aether of the Empty. Let's go see what difference it made. It actually worked, just like Oriandre said it would. Everything we could hope for. Indeed, our endeavors have been repaid manyfold. I wonder what will happen when we restore ice. Is something the matter? One more element. Then what? You'll have achieved the impossible, while I'll still be nothing. No memory, no past, no family, nothing. The world has moved on and left me behind. Anyone whoever knew me is either dead or gone. So, Almighty, can you mend this broken world? You can mend this broken world, but can you restore one's girl's memories? Give me my life back, damn you. I still hunger. Extinguish the accursed light. Enough for those. Tell me who I am. You are I Gaia, what's wrong? Claim your memories, fulfill your destiny. Don't understand. Gaia, can you hear me? Get away from me. Amidst the sound of falling rain, her voice called out. Long after the rain passed, her voice echoed on. Poor Gaia. The fairy lives in head inside her. Why would it let her suffer like this? I wish there was something we could do to help. Pray beyond thy guard, friend. Gaia may yet relinquish control to the voice within. Okay, let's get it over with, would you? Heart of Darkness. Thancred is looking particularly chipper despite the heavy rainfall. Well, this downpour is precisely the result we were hoping for. The non-novelty of standing outside in the rain does wear off rather quickly. Not to mention, Gaia is looking a bit under the weather. Let's continue this conversation in Eden's core. What does it want? Why won't it tell me? I'm not sure what's going on with Gaia, but it's certainly a cause for concern. Perhaps this is the fairy making itself known. Now that I think about it, I don't really know all that much about Eden. Since we need to find out how it's connected to Gaia, I should try to understand it at a deeper level. To be honest, there isn't much else I can do. Ere we set forth to restore the element of ice, I would discuss the matter in the manner in which the summoning shall be undertaken. Just tell me one thing. Is this going to bring the empty back to the way it was before the flood? While none can say for certain, the changes we have observed at points of ethereal intersection does give us cause for optimism. It may be reasonably assumed that the empty shall continue to transform and, in the decades to come, regain a semblance of its former state. Decades? I don't think you've quite grasped the sheer scale of the damage left in the wake of the flood. It would have swallowed the entire world if Pinfilia hadn't stopped it. And if Reen has inherited her blessing, wounds like that don't heal overnight after all. If empty has been utterly devoid of life for 100 years. and it might take even longer than that to bring life back. I don't expect immediate results, and but I do know that it will stay like this forever unless we do something about it. My sentiments precisely. Only once the final element is restored shall we have a glimpse of the future that awaited those of generations yet to come. You do all this for a world you may not live long enough to see? Well, here I am. So absorbed in my own problems that I spare barely a thought for anyone besides myself. For so long I've listened to that voice telling me what to do. I was so concerned scared of what might happen if I disobeyed. But I don't want to live like that anymore. I want to be me. Who am I? What am I? My purpose perhaps it's better that I never found out. Green's the oracle of light. Here am I, here to end this program. What does that make me? I, the oracle of darkness, figure of misery and death. Monster, it's no wonder they left me, mother, father. Next, it'll be all of you. Then I'll be back where I started, where I've always been, alone. Gaia, is it the fairy? Wrong, afraid I might lose control and ruin all your carefully laid plans? No, it's you I'm worried about. I'm going outside. You clear my head. You just do what you need to do, alright? Something's wrong, I know it. That much is clear. If we have a repeat of her first visit to Eden, we may even be joined by those voids and friends of hers. If you go and see what you'd go and see what Guy's doing, or Yandre and I will stay with Reen. My name is Gaia. That's what you said, isn't it? Eden, the flood, what does it all mean? No, it can't be. Is this what you've been wanting all this time? Finally remembered? What is this? The darkness that dwells within you, Gaia. The cursed spawn of light are drawn to it, like moths to a flame. Sin eaters? Wolfwing reached sensitive. What happened? Don't try to fight them. Just bring Gaia inside quickly now. Drink? Okay. I will drink momentarily. I need to actually go get more drink in order to do that. So I will do that momentarily, and I'll be right back. Can I drink? I have water. Oh, more water. The bit I've just drank. Gaia? Or rather, Andrea is who I clicked on. What entity is this that should hold a horde of sin eaters in its thrall? And to what end? She is unconscious. She's in a bad way, but at least she doesn't seem to have lost control. What happened? What's happened to her? That's a concern for later. First, we must deal with the sin eaters. Mage, if thou wouldst care to repel our assailants without, I would task Thancred to stage guard within. I shall tend to Gaia meanwhile. Hey. Let's go. If we can get a short time ahead of do something. 20 minutes? No. And I'm going back to playing Triple Triad. While I wait. No triple Triad from them. There we go. Idol of Darkness.
So many of them. But nothing we can't handle.
Wait. Okay, I see how that works. I think I see what that's gonna happen. Oh, I see. Portals. Those are portals, not blockade. That's a lot to take in. Just gonna teleport him somewhere. So I need to avoid... Okay, so darks need to go on lights, and lights need to go on darks. That's good to know. Okay, I'm currently dark. So it's a switch. Looks like it's DPS tech, okay. That's one down. Okay, good thing I put up a barrier on everyone. Okay, so I'm dark. Okay, blues are gonna go there. I'm dark, I need to avoid going to light. I'm going blue. There we go. Okay. Oh, fuck. Oh. Okay. Only one person died from the healer I'll be getting up. Good job. Okay, so I am white. I need to avoid go from dark and light. I need to go from dark to... Dark is going into blue, meaning I need to move here. I am currently light, I need to go to dark. I need to... not there. Okay, that's that. So that's gonna be those first, so I need to be in... going to be... I didn't even remember how this fight goes. Okay, so that's going into pink, meaning I need to move on blue. Holy fuck. Okay, so it says bird first. The portals out. Okay, so it's going to be orange birds. Okay, so it's going to be orange first, or rather, pink. In my teleport should be fine. Okay, so I'm light. I need to go to darkness and then to light. Purpose. Okay. So I need to be in. Ooh, that wasn't good. Oh. going to be red first. Okay. Light, I need to go from darkness then to light. Okay, it's going to be going through. I need to be on blue. Ah. Oh, we barely made it through that. Also, hello, Zerix. Oh. And of course, I get all these items I don't want because they open the chest. Heart of Darkness objective. The Nature is drawn to the Oracle of Darkness, just as she herself was drawn to the Eden, first and foremost among their kind. Sin Eaters, the intruder sort is the interior is secure. With the Sin Eaters gone, I thought Gaia might show some sign of improvement, but she hasn't so much as stirred. He won't wake. What do we do? What is this place? Where is everyone? So I'm all alone. Even the fairy is gone. Endless silence, endless darkness. Is this what death feels like? It's no use. No one can hear me. How ironic. All those times I wanted, now that I finally have it, I had someone to talk to. I thought I couldn't stand being around them. All their fussing. I was never lonely. No use. Even after everything, my memories still won't. There's no future. Those memories forever. Now I can close my eyes and see darkness. Then I'll suffer no more. Gaia? Mother? Father? Gaia, wake up. I understand now. Why wait for tomorrow? Blameless. Gaia, can you hear me? Perfect moment has never has to end. I'm not giving up on you, Gaia. Say something. What do you want? Please, I'm begging you. Remember all the things we said we'd do? Like going to the second serving coffee and never. Yeah. I never agreed to anything of the sort. Goodness, I was so worried about you. Okay, do you have to be so loud? Barry fell silent, only to be replaced by Reen's voice. Ed. I never thought I would be so glad to hear it. Though Gaia has regained consciousness, I surmise that it shall be some time before she fully recovers from her ordeal. Whatever that thing was able to control a vast form of sin, much like Wolfric. And again, it's clearly nothing like a light lord, and in any case, it's gone now. I just hope it stays gone. We still don't know exactly what happened, but at least the danger's past for now. On thin ice, Gaia recent ordeal. Oh, I mean Ffxiv. Gaia's recent ordeal have left her rather more subdued than usual. You've gone through a lot of trouble on my part. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. Anyway, I've delayed you for long enough. Please carry on with what you came to do. I'm glad you're back to your usual self. How are you feeling? Much better now, but something still bothering me. The fairy spoke to me in a dream, and seemed and a stream of memories rushed through my mind. I don't recall anything like this happening before, but I'm not sure what it all. What sort of memory? I can't make sense of them. They were only brief flashes, seen through someone else's eyes. At least what what felt like that's what it felt so like. Amphilia, is that the first Oracle of Light? One served Hyodolin as a world as the word of the mother. If the Oracle of Darkness is her counterpart under Zordar, then we had best prepare ourselves for the worst. The night's return did tip the ethereal balance towards activity, which may have served to awaken the fragment of his power in the first. Having thus restored, he did then fix his gaze upon she who had been marked by dark sky. Marked or no, Gaia is still her own person. Everything alright? It's nothing. Anyway, let's forget about all that for now. There'll be plenty of time to think of it through once the last element is resolved. If thou believest thyself well enough, then I see no reason to. Let us forthwith attend to the revitalization. Eva then, Wolf Mage as the only one here who've actually seen the primal, perhaps you could describe her for us. A woman named Izael made herself a vessel. So she summoned into her body the imagined essence of someone who lived over 1,000 years ago. That such a thing could be possible. Long since departed Shiva was a source of great inspiration for Yazael, whose method of summoning differed greatly from any we had previously encountered. By the echo did she bear witness to the deeds of the noble Shiva, and thus she moved to dedicate her being to that self-same cause. Was this devotion that granted her the power of a primal? So she was able to control herself. Not getting any funny ideas, are you? I'm just thinking aloud, that's all. Better get going. Our journey leadeth to the great glaciers situated to the northernmost region of the Empty. Also, even though this is the instrumental of the song, of Dragon Song, it is possibly my favorite song in the game. Possibly. I'll play it for you guys in my orchestra, in my characters once this is over. I'll get us there as quickly as I can. No, Contradiction is a different song, but that is the instrumental version of. If it is Contradiction, it's also the instrumental version of Dragon Song. This Dragon Song is the same song, but with vocal. It's time to draw out the ether. I was thinking, that I should go with you this time. I want to be the vessel for Ffxiv. Being still and passive by nature, ice is the element that is most strongly aligned with light. I'll need to get close and use my own abilities as well as Eden's to draw it out, so that the Oracle of Light becometh the Oracle of Ice. I can't claim to be in favor of this stratagem yet. The primal we encountered in the source was summoned in much the same manner. The inherent advantages are undeniable, absolutely out of the question. Have you forgotten what Wolfmage does to primals we summon? I am not about to stand by and watch as he beat the tar out of each other. In any case, the Aether returns to the empty once the creation's been slain, though it seems you haven't taken that into consideration yet. Presumably, there's a safe way to disperse, and it's still far too risky. I thought you had more sense, Reed. But it's not as bad as it sounds. Were the demi-form entity to violate as vital as the primal we have previously summoned, we would be logical that in her role as candidate Reed would be hard pressed to regain control. Wolfmage would have no recourse but to defend himself by any means necessary, else his life be forfeit. I know it's dangerous, but I can't let that hold me back. Please. I've got to try. But I don't see why this is even necessary in the first place. You have had to take risks like... You've never had to take risks like this with the other elements. Eden possesses almost power. But what would happen if it began acting without my intervention? If it started to feed on the ether, just like other sin eaters, it would undo all of our work. It is a discerning eventuality and one which cannot be dismissed. I'm worried that if we realign, the things will eventually return to how they were following the flood. But if I train Eden how to nurture the environment rather than drain the life from it, we can leave it to take care of the empty in our place. I'll channel the Aether through myself and show Eden how it's done. This isn't some house pet we're dealing with. If all goes wrong, then what? I know this all sounds like I'm making leaps in faith, but it has been a gamble every step of the way. We've managed to come this far because of in ourselves and in each other. I've made my feelings on the matter perfectly clear, but what do you say, you wolf mage? With my memories to guide the summoning, what could possibly go wrong? I'll hold back as much as possible. You never say what could possibly go wrong. Reen, I suppose that if you've got your heart set on this, there's no point trying to dissuade you. Just don't do anything reckless. Is that clear? As crystal. It's going to work, I promise. I'll make sure of it. Well, for all our sakes, I certainly hope so, because if Primal takes over, fine. With all of you by my side, I know that whatever happens, it'll work out in the end. All of us? I hope you're not including. I can't even deal with my own problems, never mind yours. It's enough just knowing you're here. Anyways, I've decided to take a loaf out of your book. I do what I want when I want. I made my decision, so now I have to see it through. Yes, this is a different kettle. Yes, but this is a different kettle of fish altogether. Well, the point is that this is what I want, and I'll do whatever it takes to make it work. So this is how much it means to you. Memories of Ffxiv and Delgio. I don't know how, but I can sense her too. This might actually work. Refulgence. Let's do this. Hey Droxel, wanna join? If you're still there. But while we wait, I am going to go ahead and fast travel to and show you that song. Actually, I could just look it up on Okay, so The song that was playing at the end during that cutscene. This.
Give me gold again.
Some advertisements. Then if we go to Dragon Song, slightly different, but the same melody. It is almost the exact same song, but with lyrics. And it is beautiful. The lyrics will come through shortly.
Children of the land, do you hear echoes of truths that once rang clear? Two souls intertwined, one true love they did find, bringing land and heavens near. But flames that burned full bright soon fell dark. Memories dimmed by shadowed hearts. In the waxing gloom did wane the lover's moon, watching as their worlds drift apart. One soul's cry, a passion welling within. Sacrifice, a final plea to her kin. Yet this bond of hope by treachery was broke, scattering her words to the wind.
You can see why I love that song so much. It's beautiful. That is a 5-minute, 45 seconds long song, so I'm not going to play the whole thing. But it is my favorite song in at least the Heaven's Ward DLC. Play some Trips to Try It while we wait. Order. He goes first. Okay, that means I can take that. Double take. So I go first. be nice, Droxel. Yeah, I could use a coin. Damn it. I'm playing tank in this, so if you want to play tank or healer, I could play DPS. Is this you? I forgot what your character's name is. Okay. Let's see, what are you right now? You are Astro. Okay. Meaning I can go with a DPS. Still have short queue times. While we wait, I'm going to play Triple Triad against Momodi Modi. Momodi Modi Modi. Oh, there it is.
I call upon the power of Shiva.
No! She's lost control! You've got to stop her!
Let's go. I'm free.
Fools. You would stoke the fires of conflict.
3 per soul.
The light shall usher in peace. Such impudence!
Let it move.
Resplendent ice, grant me strength. Shatter!
Yep. Just read that.
Your blood shall freeze!
Are those
Shatter!
arrows? Ow.
The light shall usher in peace. Such impudence!
I'm frozen. I can't move.
Tranquility must be restored to the land.
What do we have to do here? Oh, we have to defend the crystal.
Darkness, be gone! Light consume you!
This song is a box.
Such impudence!
Out.
Resplendent ice, grant me strength. The light shall usher in peace.
See if we can make him phase. Yep. Fourth phase.
Such power! I can't!
too much for her to bear! Ugh, she won't last much longer! Enough of this! Power of darkness, answer my call! Ugh! Ugh!
Guy is a fucking cat.
Yeah! Damn this light! Damn it all! I won't give up! Not on my future! Our future! I want to see what tomorrow will bring! No! We're so close!
Yes, Tucker would be proud. It's fitting that I played this as a literal class that literally just wields darkness and a summon of darkness. Oh! Yes, ow. Ah, water. Yes, thank you. Rain. We're there. I heard you. What happened to Shiva? Is she still in control? Oh, she's gone. But Gaia. What? That hammer matches your dress. I see you're back to your normal chaotic self. Look, isn't it pretty? Maybe we can take it with us. And ice tends to melt, you know. Not this sort. If you say so. Anyway, it might even make a nice necklace. That's a brilliant idea. Well, do not rush to her aid. Perhaps I'm getting slow for my age, because it would seem Gaia's beaten me to it. I think that she would be the one to break the ice. They may have gotten off on a rocky start, but I think they'll make quite the pair. Had a hint of melancholy I detect in thy voice, something akin to a pining mother bird have flown the net. Other bird, if you don't mind, but I are not entirely wrong. Still, the day finally comes to say goodbye, but hardens to know she won't be alone. After that, we go to the second serving of tea and biscuits. Fine, you win. For anything less than perfection itself, I'll let you. But I'll never let you live it down. Not to your liking. There are plenty of other things to do. I suppose we both deserved a little treat after all that hard work. I certainly do. There we were, laughing as if had not a care in the world, feelings through. It was that moment I was content. But my life was never meant to be so. Yep. I let myself get carried away, but I was definitely the one controlling my power, not the other way around. Even so, hope I never have to use them again. Ice being most naturally aligned to light, among all elements being direct with Green's innate gift in ways unforeseen. Were we not graced with the timely appearance of the Oracle of Darkness, I fear that this tale would have ended somewhat prematurely. I've had my share of close shaves, but that was terrifying, to put it mildly. I can only hope the end justified the means. I'm so sorry, everyone. I clearly have a long way to go before I can handle that kind of power. But we achieved what we set out to do, as I had faith we would. So, without further ado, let's return to camp and admire our work. Okay, bye, Drog. Bye. The rapid progression of flora appears to be limited to intersections of aether channels, as per earlier findings. Nonetheless, it is cause to rejoice that the seeds of aether have quickened and been burdened and in the barren garden that is the empty. It feels like I'm witnessing a miracle performed by Menvilia 100 years to go over it. I need to talk to Thancred. All this greenery, it's far more than I had dared hoped. I can't help but worry that it's too good to be true. Life finds a way. Beings are ecstatic to see the first signs of greenery in the empty. I can feel the revitalizing working in harmony. I've always believed Eden had the power to restore the empty, but I never expected it to happen so quickly. I am tempted to teeth Gaia. I think we ought to halt Gaia's skill with a hammer. Hammer, whatever you're talking about. I am a woman of gentle birth, hardly the sort to be swinging such a rude thing around. Floofy would be imagining things, teehee. I wonder if the effects from the rebalanced ether will spread to the rest of the empty. Perhaps we'll just have to wait and see. Besides, I'm sure we could all do with some rest. I must say, Reen, it's refreshing to see you take the more measured approach for a change. Well, if my experience here has taught me anything, it is that I didn't rush into things unprepared. And I've also learned that there are some problems that can't be solved alone. Is that so? Since you've freed me from you, I've met all sorts of kind people who've gone out of their way to help me. I thought that I should do everything in my power to repay their kindness and make the world a better place. But now more than ever, I realize that there's a limit to what I can achieve by myself. Even though I was able to summon Shiva, I couldn't have controlled such vast amounts of Aether if Gaia hadn't been there for me. I might have never returned to normal. I could say the same about you. I was trapped in a nightmare. You freed me. It seems we're more alike than I thought. We might not be able to do everything by ourselves, but if we look out for each other, then we can face our problems together. That's if you don't mind. No, it's fine, really. If things don't work out, we can always go our separate ways. But on the other hand, if I can resist the urge to punch you whenever you annoy me, which I must say is quite often, I have no objections to staying around. You mean it? Oh, thank you, Kaya. May I suggest we continue this conversation in Almarine? Though the empty may now support its foliage, the land normalization hath but begun, and the longer and to linger over long still entaileth risk. What's the matter, Thancred? Nothing you need to worry about. Let's go. Talk to Thancred. Do you think that Reen is the same girl I rescued from Yulmore? Compared to the way she was back then, the difference is like night and day. Our encampment remaineth in its present state for our anticipated return. I cannot help but wonder how the land may change in our absence. Off to Mortsu, are we? I can't say I care for the place, but marketplaces remain. But the marketplaces, the marketplace reminds me of Gilmore, but instead of fine delicacy, they peddle. Well, I don't know what they are exactly. What I do know is that they're far too wriggly for my liking. Before we do anything else, we should report to Yulfort. He'll want to know how we've been getting on in the empty. Speaking of Mortsu, there was a snack of some sort that caught my eye last time. I couldn't quite describe it. It looked squidgy. Despite a strong suspicion that I may live to regret it, I'd like to try one. Well, I think I know the one you meant. It might not be much to look at, but I bet they taste amazing. Perhaps we could also try a pot of those juicy regulars or whatever they're called. You take the first bite. No thank you. First, coffee and biscuits. Now worms and heavens forbid the two of you might actually eat some proper food. Wolf Mage, may I ask you a favor of thee? Whilst Thancred and I return to the Crystarium to inform our comrades of our recent exploits, I have thee accompany Reen and Gaia tomorrow. We got the Christmas mount from about a year and a half ago. Maybe a year ago? I don't know. It was one of the Christmases. Not last year, but maybe the previous? I don't know. And it summons presents. I trust all is well, Skya. Will be once we get out of this desert town. If I have to spend another night in that dingy little room, I'll scream. Terribly sorry to hear that the accommodations are less than satisfactory. I'll investigate the availability of more comfortable lodgings post haste. Yes, I think we'll be staying in Martsuk, at least for the time being. It might take a while for me to write the report, as our expedition was rather eventful. Well, Mage, I really appreciate everything you've done. I'm sorry for all the trouble I've put you. Still fretting about that, are you? What's done is done. Besides, it's all worked out. It all worked out in the end, didn't it? Right. Now, how about we treat we promised ourselves. They might not. Coffee biscuits here. I've heard the regular cakes are or was it? You'll die if you ate them. One way to find out, I guess. I'm sure trying the local delicacies will keep us occupied between writing reports and thinking about the next plan of action. Hopefully, we'll have another chance to visit the empty to see how things are coming along. And don't even think about leaving me behind. Critical. To unlock the next quest, you must complete the main scenario quest, Echoes of a Fallen Star. In other words, we have to do MSQ from here on out. So what we are going to do is we're going to end the stream here. This is where I was planning to get in this stream. Next stream, we are going to be starting the post Shadowbringer's MSQ and getting up to where we need to be, and working on getting up to where we need to be for the next raid quests. So until next time, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys stop by again. And I've been Wolfmage 1011. I'll see you guys then. Bye!